What's going on, boys? It's Maxi J here. Major 1 recap. Weekend 1 in the CDL. Pros are using out here. Bruin pendulum muzzle, vertical and horizontal recoil, true tack grip, sprint to fire, aim down, sight speed, ultras at stock, and walking speed, sprint speed for the straight. Major 1 was quite the first weekend. Some controversial stuff going on with OpTic Gaming and Minnesota Rokkr. We had some GAs not getting followed. The players are not following what they're talking about in the out-of-game chat. We had some upsets and some teams pop. What went on with OpTic and Rokkr? They're playing control and about to win the game. Capping B, this hill here. About to cap it, and Rokkr's Cammy is the closest one to the hill. Everyone's dead on Rokkr except Cammy. He's the closest one, the only one who can contest to keep the game going. The only one. So he decides, I'll pull out a streak and try and pop him off this thing. He pulls out the SAE on accident, apparently. Who knows if it was on purpose, you know? He knew what was gonna happen. Conspiracy there. I think it was an accident, but so he complained because it gives you a glitch. You can't move for like 5, 10, 15 seconds, and he couldn't get to the hill and OpTic won. So the refs reviewed this after. Cammy's whining to the refs. Oh, I can't move because I pulled out the streak. Well, it's a GA streak. Why'd you pull it out? So the refs decided, oh, we're just gonna replay it. So OpTic's pissed. They're like, we just friggin' won this thing. I'm not replaying shit. Which I wouldn't either. So they say, no, we're not playing. So then that's an automatic forfeit for that match. Or that map. And then since they forfeited a map, which isn't allowed, it forfeits them the rest of the match. Which made them lose 3-1 in the series. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Pretty wild. First game, Atlanta FaZe versus Boston Breach. Coming up nasty this year with the new squad with Big Wake, Vivid, Methods, and Nero. They just did one swap up, and it's friggin' working for them. Boston ends up beating Atlanta FaZe 3-1. And then we had the Minnesota OpTic match. OpTic loses because of forfeit. Thieves versus Vegas Legion. Thieves obviously being the reigning champ, beat them 3-1. Light work bomb. Surge versus LAG. Surge is the same team as last year. They did win a major, actually. I was at it. Toronto. LAG, which is a full new squad. Puke, Arcides, Spart, Neptune, I believe. So they're a pretty stacked up squad. They end up winning 3-2. Rokkr playing again versus Toronto Ultra. Rokkr wins 3-1. So they're just feeling the gas off that cheat win. London Royal Ravens first game versus New York, their first game. Some lower tier teams, I would say. London wins 3-0. Boston Breach plays against versus Surge. Boston takes it 3-1. So they're 2-0 going into the next weekend. So they're looking pretty good, those boys. Then we had Vegas Legion, Florida Mutineers, some lower tier teams again. Florida ends up winning of all teams. Ravens versus Gorillas, which was a big one. London actually wins that, which is crazy. So LAG's got to get their shit figured out with that fucking expensive ass squad I'm sure they cost. Then we had OpTic to see if they could regain or not. Playing the Mutineers. OpTic 3-0s them. They're back. They weren't FaZe, they're just pissed off. They're gonna fucking run all over you, and they're too fucking good. FaZe versus Thieves. Here's a big match. FaZe ends up beating the reigning champs 3-2. Last game of the weekend, New York Subliners and Toronto Ultra. And Toronto Ultra 3-1. So, Subliners having a tough weekend. OpTic, mediocre, but pretty tough after that bullshit. Another point about the GAs, they have a bit of a little group chat going where they can, all the team captains talk about what guns, streaks, perks, anything they want in tactical equipment. Talk about smokes, M4s, snipers, and they decide, no, we don't want to use M4s, which I think is good. Have some more variety in the game. I don't even think there should be GAs. Teams were using 3 3 M4s and 1 Vaznev. No one was really following the GAs. Honestly, I don't think I would either. I would just use whatever is the best and not care what the other teams think, because you're getting paid big bucks, you gotta get the win. Some of the boys were getting pissed off, too many M4s are getting used, and other people weren't doing the same. If you see that happening, do the same thing. Overall, pretty good weekend. Sucks for the OpTic boys, they had to forfeit. Scump's first forfeit ever. He had the best KD, him and Celium in the whole first weekend. 1.30 Scumpy in his last year, just showing up, saying I'm still here, I'm old, but I'm still top tier.
Hostile SAE near your position.
Yeah, hope you guys have a good one. There's the SAE. Right as I say it. Fucking Rokkr, bunch of bitches.